depends on the goal. So there's two ways you can go about it. You can either go with a like more direct response approach where it's like, I'm going to use this ad to sell this product to try and get a positive ROAS now. Or you can do an audience building approach, where it's like, I'm going to use these ads to grow my email list or my Facebook group or both. And then I'm going to pitch to those people over time and get my positive ROAS that way, right? So it's like, and ultimately you probably want to do a combination. You probably want a combination of both, but the first option is obviously a hell of a lot harder than the second option. Because one, taking people from cold to a conversion isn't easy for any marketer. And then two, you've got the transference of trust because you're not the face of the product. So you've got to very quickly gain their trust and then transfer it to somebody else again, which is tricky. And then three, you don't control the whole cart. So you're trying to get a positive return on ad spend with 40 or 50% of the actual cart. And it's tricky. It can be tricky to get a positive return when you do control the whole cart. So it does get harder. That's not to say it can't be done. But I guess my advice would be to do a mix of those, right? Like, don't necessarily just run ads to sell a product. You can also use it as a very effective tool to grow an audience that over time, especially if you're going on a heavy content focus with YouTube, with the group, with your email list, you can convert them to buyers over time. And you've got an audience member for longer than if you just go ad to pitch. We've got a couple going. Some of them are email, some of them are ManyChat. But then the ManyChat will usually push them over to an email as well, right? Like, all of those strategies work. ManyChat or email or whatever. It ultimately depends on the offer as to if it's going to make you money or not. ManyChat's not as good as it used to be with the new, restrictions. Everyone opened everything, but you can't do that anymore. But you can still start conversations with people. I think something like that blueprint funnel would be good for you as a starting point, but maybe with like a more immediate monetization thing built in. Something like this, where it collects email and then ManyChat, and then in the ManyChat it goes into the group as well. And then when they join the group, they get told to subscribe to the channel. So it's like one email, they get bombed across like 4 platforms. You'll typically pay like $3 to $5 for that front end lead. But if you think about it, if you're paying $3 to $5 for that front end lead, and let's say your emails are getting a 15% open rate, right? I don't know what you're kind of sitting at the moment, but if you pay $4 for an email, right, and 15% open it, and you're only doing email, you're really paying more like $25 for that person. Because if 85% of them never open your emails, it's not that linear, but that's one way to kind of think about it. So the model here of, I can get them on ManyChat, then I can get them in my group. You can add them as a friend because they're from a tier 1 country and that they're interested in something. So you can add them as a friend on your profile, and they subscribe to you on YouTube. All of a sudden, the value of that lead goes up in my books massively because you've now got so many places that they can actually see you, and the chance of them seeing you is going to be correlated to, are you able to sell them? Because if they never open your emails, how can they ever buy anything?